it's we have examples in other parts of the world where it's worked. I would like to do some more research on it and look at it, but they're cooperative band that we didn't, we didn't really know, we didn't really cultivate, but now we are. So the National Cooperative Bank, I'm on the board of that bank, and then we have a big initiative to try to replicate as many of those new type of cooperatives as we can, these purchasing cooperatives, and then kind of preserve the variety in our communities as the consolidation of every industry continues so fast. How can we preserve the variety and quality of life in these communities? And that's really pretty neat. It's definitely a cause.
Do you see that that's the challenge of the co-op movement, is to somehow represent and keep diversity rather than this one size fits all?
I think that's bigger than the cooperative movement, but I think the cooperative movement is contributing to that. Than that cause.
Yeah. And how do you see, when Walmart starts to talk about its corporate social responsibility record, do you think the multinationals have kind of become very smart at marketing their social responsibilities?
Oh yeah, I think they've become very smart at doing it. And
is that a problem for the co-ops? Do they need to catch up?
I think in some ways we can declare success that we pioneered that, and now other people are doing it for the world. I think it's good that, for instance, NCBA's coffee project, negotiating with Starbucks to buy the coffee from a co-op in Indonesia, and Starbucks said, we want to pay you more instead of less, which is, it makes you sit back and appreciate that, especially the impact it has on the farmers there. I don't know how sustainable it is in an organization that's primarily driven by return on equity. If that's the primary driver and it's such a focused driver, then if this might be a fad. And if the market doesn't support it anymore, they might abandon it. Unlike, I think, in a cooperative where the primary driver is not return on equity, and that it's part of our, as someone earlier said, our DNA, that we won't abandon it. It's our raison d'etre. It's what we do. I think it's a huge difference that way. But there are going to be people that will. I think it will erode our market perception, because there'll be other places to go when people feel good about their economic transactions.
Well, listen, that's great. .coop, which we've dealt with. Have you got other ideas on the international co-op community? What could happen? What the Global 300 and the Developing 300 might mean? Have you had thoughts about that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, every night that I've been here, I've been dreaming about some of these thoughts. One last night, I wonder if we, say, took from the Global 300 just all of the consumer co-ops and added those up, where we would be as a retailer internationally. I mean, would we be, if we viewed ourselves as a virtual chain, would we actually be the largest retailer in the world? I don't know. I think that would be an interesting kind of question, and then that creates a different context for bargaining. If then all of a sudden we sit back and say, oh my gosh, we're actually larger than Walmart, or in groceries, say, if we combine all of that, then the impetus for becoming a bargaining co-op.
I never thought of that, because of course, although Walmart and Tesco's are international, they're only one company, aren't they?
Yeah. So I don't know what our...
That's going to have to be the next...
Yeah.
But what would that mean then, in terms of largest grocery?
I think what that would do for us is that all of a sudden it makes us sit back and say, okay, well, how could we use this position, to better serve our members through bargaining power. People, I'm sure that suppliers don't see us as the equivalent of a Walmart in terms of market share and market prominence and market might. But maybe we have it there. We just don't know it yet. And I think the 300 project, start reporting it, and then people using that data different ways might open up some of those kind of things that we can discover, things that are already there.
Yeah, discovering
very,
what's there.
very exciting.